Hey guys, what is up? It's Zero, back with a bonus episode of Pets of Azeroth. We are all caught up on everything. We've got, uh, of the original 6 starting zones, we have Vol'dun left. That is the only main starting zone that came out with the expansion that we have left. And then we will get into Nazmir after that. And we will get into the Vale of Eternal Blossoms with the assaults, and Uldum with those assaults. And we will go over the pets that come out of those zones also. But today, I wanted to go over the dungeons and the raids of Battle for Azeroth, and go over the different pets that drop out of the dungeons and out of the raids. So, some small good news, I guess, is going to be the dungeons. None of the dungeons drop any pets, at least that I've searched and researched, except for Mechagon. Now, Mechagon drops 2 pets. The first pet has a chance of dropping from the HK8 aerial oppression unit, and that's going to be the Microbot 8D. This pet has a chance to drop off of that boss. And then the other pet from this dungeon has a chance to come from King Mechagon, and that's going to be the Golden Snorf. Those are the only pets that come from any of the dungeons. I believe that it's either on Mythic, that it can be acquired, and they may be, yeah, they're only available on Mythic. So you would have to do a Mythic run in order to get the 2 pets from there. Now, aside from that, everything else comes from the different dungeons. And then as far as raids, or the different raids, and as far as raids go, all of the world bosses, including the new ones in the assault zones, do not drop pets. None of the world bosses drop any pets. So you don't necessarily have to worry about farming any of those. But Uldir also does not have any pets in it either. The first raid of Battle for Azeroth has no pets that drop from any of the bosses in there. The Battle of Dazar Allure has a few pets that drop out of there. Two of the pets come from the same boss. That is the Conclave of the Chosen. You can get the Child of Paku or the Thunder Lizard Runt. Those 2 pets, which the item that drops is the Enchanted Talon of Paku and the Thundering Scale of Akunda. Those drop from that particular boss. And then those are the only 2 pets that come out of Dazar Allure, the Battle for Dazar Allure. Next up is going to be the Eternal Palace. No pets drop out of the Crucible of Storms mini raid. No pets come out of there. So the Eternal Palace, the Blackwater Behemoth has a chance to drop the Mind Lost Blood Frenzy. And Lady Ashvane has a chance to drop the Lightless Ambusher. And Zakul has a chance to drop the Nameless Octopode, and Queen Ashara has a chance to drop the Zangier Poker. Those are the only pets that come from Eternal Palace, and then Nyalotha, the final raid of the expansion. Malt, he has a chance to drop the Fractured Obsidian Claw. The Hive Mind has a chance to drop two different pets. One is the Akir Hive Spawn, and the other is Rakim. So those come from the Hive Mind. And Rodin has a chance to drop the Void Scarred Anubisath. And then Nazoth has a chance to drop the Eye of Corruption. So compared to some of the other expansions, not a lot of pets drop out of the dungeons or the raids. Now, when they get to the point of putting in the rating for leashes, I don't know if they may add some in at a later time to kind of fill it out. But at the moment, those are all of the pets that have a chance to come out of either dungeons or raids. There's not a whole lot of any other drop pets, unfortunately, for the expansion, at least as far as dungeons and raids go. But the podcast is moving along fairly well. I'm definitely enjoying putting the content out there for everybody. Like earlier, we've got Voldoon left, and then we're going to hit the different patch areas that were added in with each patch. Nazmir itself has a lot of pets available in there. That one's going to be a really fun episode. There's a lot of pets, pets you can buy, pets that drop off the different rares. There are a lot of pets in Nazmir, and then there's also quite a few along with the assaults, because each of the two areas have 3 different assaults, 2 minors, and then the major assault that's up each week. So there is just, it's going to be another one I'm going to do a lot of research on and get prepped for, because there are a lot of pets in there that come from the different rares that have a chance to drop. Some of them can drop just from random monsters as you kill them. So there are a lot of available pets there. So those are my plans for the next few videos, but I figured since we're almost done with all of the starting zones, or at least the original 6 zones that came out with the expansion, I figured I'd go ahead and get a quick short episode going over the dungeons, going over the raids, and going ahead and getting those pet drops out there. I know, at least with the exception of Nyalotha, you may be able to get into some groups that are just going through and either clearing it to say they cleared it, people that may be farming them for transmog. So you're very likely to find some groups that are going to go through and just quickly clean up those raids. So I would definitely recommend, if you can find one of those public groups, jump in there, and then just ask anybody that if it drops. If you don't get one, just ask them if they want it or what they're going to do with it. Some people may be running those weekly to stockpile them up, because once this content goes away with the expansion, people will stockpile some of those pets up and then put them on the auction house later for people who are wanting to get them collected. So if you have an opportunity, I've been doing it off and on with my DPS units. just because the old content, it's a bit easier for a DPS to get in there. Sometimes I can jump in there on my tank and get a pretty quick queue if I can find a group that's pretty close to full. But I've gotten a few of all of those pets that drop, and I'm going to hopefully try and get some more of them finished up. But that's going to do it for this little short special episode. I was doing some research and stuff and realized that there's not a whole lot of pets that have drops. So I figured I'd sneak a little quick special episode in there for you guys to go ahead and get the dungeons and the raids covered. I will get this put out on my podcast feed, and I will get this put out on my YouTube here quickly. And if you guys are enjoying the content, or if you are finding it helpful, definitely leave reviews, please, wherever you get your podcasts. Definitely leave likes and subscribe on the YouTube channel. The main videos and episodes for the podcast are recorded every Friday. And if time and work permit, I can get the podcast up that night. And the video usually comes up Saturday morning. That's kind of the plan, the schedule I'm trying to keep on that just each week. But thanks everybody for listening and watching.